ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese is one of the most impressive examples of hydraulic engineering in the world and is made up of an extensive network of constructions and equipment for the collection, storage and distribution of water, extending over a vast and densely populated area. The company provides an integrated management of the water cycle, including harvesting, collection, purification and the widespread distribution of running water for household use throughout Puglia and also other towns in neighbouring regions. The company also provides sewerage and water purification services for the Acquedotto Lucano. ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese shows by its very dimensions and excellent work how important hydraulic resources are for the development of a region which recognises the importance of water for the health of its people and its territory. The strength of the company's integrated management of water is found in its services dealing with the distribution of drinking water. ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese gets its water from a variety of historically important sources. The Sanità di Caposele spring in Irpinia, the Cassano Irpino, Polentina, Peschiera, Prete and Bagno della Regina springs located near the Calore River. The purest water that nature can provide, which, thanks to ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese's generations of experience, is transported through a long network of bridges and tunnels to people all over the region. Another vital resource is the rainwater, which is collected in artificial basins and distributed after a long and detailed purification process, adhering at all times to ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese's rigorous safety standards. The water purification plants produce 350 million cubic meters of water each year. The karst landscape of the region provides another water-bearing resource, a series of natural wells located in the central and southern parts of the Puglian region. The layout of the network is both intricate and detailed. A system of connected waterworks permit the distribution of water to the various parts of the region as and when required. From a national perspective, this makes ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese unique. The Sele water supply network constitutes the main framework of the system. It covers over 385 kilometers and takes water from the Caposele and Cassano Irpino springs to most of central Puglia. The Fortore water supply network begins in the Foggia area and joins with the Sele water supply system to provide water in the Capitanata area and the 35 towns on the Gargano coast. The Petrusilo water supply system, interconnected with the Sele water supply system, begins in the province of Potenza and supplies water to most of Puglia and Basilicata. The Ionico Sini water supply system begins in the storage tanks of Sini in the province of Potenza and is used to transport water to the central and southern parts of Puglia. The Ofanto water supply system begins in the province of Avellino, integrates with the water coming from the storage tanks of Consa, and constitutes the main water supply system. It supplies the central part of Puglia. Water is brought to the cities and towns of the region, to every house and every citizen, via an ever-expanding network which grows day after day to meet the needs of a society in constant urban and economic growth. The good functioning of an entire infrastructure, maintenance of the highest possible operating standards, and the efficiency and quality of the services provided are guaranteed by an experienced team of professionals. However, ACQUEDOTTO Pugliese's work does not end here. Along with the detailed and expert system of distribution, the company provides an equally comprehensive system of customer service and customer care with its constant However, Acquedotto Pugliese's work does not end here. Along with the detailed and expert system of distribution, the company provides an equally comprehensive system of customer service and customer care with its contact center and online services. All services in direct contact with the customer are performed in concordance with the Integrated Hydraulic Services regulations, through which the company's obligations towards the customer are defined. Acquedotto Pugliese has its provincial offices in the cities of Bari, Taranto, Brindisi, Lecce, Foggia, Trani and Calitri, assisted by its commercial services offices located around the region. A free telephone number and internet site allow the customer to benefit from the best possible customer service. The customer can also make use of the online services provided by each town council. Today's technology is being used daily to maximize the assistance and services available to the user. The availability of these services is guaranteed by a level of customer service which is able to satisfy any need in the shortest possible time. This is a journey of constant evolution, making use of the latest technology and practices able to ensure the best possible relationship with the customer. Acquedotto Pugliese is involved in an ambitious project of modernization and development of its infrastructure in order to meet more efficiently the needs of a society in a region which is constantly changing. New necessities require appropriate choices, able to fulfill the needs of each citizen and to ensure that each of us enjoys a constantly improving quality of life. An innovative computer system for the control and checking of networks means that the primary and central hydraulic installations are under constant supervision. Hundreds of plants are monitored by sophisticated sensors and by the excellent work of a highly trained team of experts. The construction of water purifiers and desalination machines able to transform seawater into drinking water, fundamental in a region which suffers from a lack of surface water, provide other valuable water resources. The installation in Consa della Campani, which can produce 1,000 litres of drinking water per second, and the strengthening of the already existing structures in Fortore and Pertusilo will meet the challenges of a future which is arriving fast. The construction of new tubing, which make up the Loccone waterworks, and the improvement of the existing equipment are part of a programme which aims to increase collection capacity and the quantity of water which reaches the customer. Protection of the region's natural environment is ensured by the modernisation of the company's wastewater purifiers. The works in progress and those planned for the future will continue to contribute to the development and health of the region, providing concrete proof of the company's dedication in service of the community. Those who work with water every day also understand the importance of protecting the environment. Drop by drop, day after day, Acquedotto Pugliese has three key priorities: water quality, the protection of the region's natural environment, and sustainable development. The quality of the water provided by Acquedotto Pugliese is of the highest quality. It is excellent at its source, and before it reaches the customer, is subject to the strictest checks, several times a day in various locations. Samples are taken at the source, from the purifiers, wells, and from public fountains. The laboratory staff determine each day the chemico-physical, microbiological, and organoleptic parameters, so as to ensure the absolute purity of the water. For this reason, the water provided by Acquedotto Pugliese is greatly appreciated by all. In the same way, and with the same precision, highly specialized staff carry out analysis of wastewater with the aim of identifying any harmful or polluting agents present in the sewerage system. With the same attention to detail, Acquedotto Pugliese pays great attention to the territory following a development plan aimed at the protection of the environment. This policy is ensured by the staff, planning and investment, which gives strength to a company policy which focuses on the conservation of the region's natural environment. This is a policy of growth which knows how to perfectly combine quality of life, development, conservation, the present and the future. The company endeavours to make the right choices for an ecologically sustainable future. These choices include the policy of reconverting supplies to make them environmentally friendly, the employment of innovative techniques, and the setting up of hydroelectric power stations for the generation of clean and renewable energy in total respect for the environment. With determination, involvement, and care for the environment, Acquedotto Pugliese is playing its part. Water is an essential resource in the process of social and economic modernization, and the birth of the Acquedotto Pugliese was a giant step for a region which, because of its natural landscape, had for centuries suffered from a lack of water. Thanks to the construction of the Acquedotto Pugliese, the region was finally able to benefit from this indispensable resource. Good, healthy drinking water was now available and would greatly improve the lives of the region's inhabitants and play a huge part in its development. Acquedotto Pugliese was founded thanks to the vision and tenacity of the engineer Camillo Rosalba and local politician, the Right Honourable Matteo Renato Imbriani. It was these men who first envisaged an aqueduct which could carry water from Irpina to Puglia. It was an incredibly ambitious project, an achievement of titanic proportions, which is perhaps without equal in the history of hydraulic engineering. On the 26th of June 1902, the Italian Parliament passed the bill which allowed the construction of Acquedotto Pugliese to begin. The waterworks would be run jointly by the Italian state and the region's local government. In 1906, works began on the canal which would transport water from the source of the river Sele across the Apennine Mountains of Campania all the way to Puglia. More than 20,000 labourers were involved in construction. These were men who worked tirelessly, undeterred by difficulty, driven on by the hope of a better and more prosperous future. On the 24th of April 1915, running water arrived in the city of Bari for the first time. Symbolically, the first water sprang from the fountain in Piazza Umberto and was the cause of great celebration, uniting both those who had dared to dream and skeptics alike. The records of the day tell us that local councillor Valenzano, who from the beginning had been an enthusiastic supporter of Acquedotto Pugliese, used to raise his hat to the fountain every day in appreciation and respect. Meanwhile, local villagers sang songs in praise of the running water which so improved the quality of their lives. In 1919, the association in charge took the name Acquedotto Pugliese, and in 1924, running water reached the city of Foggia. With the construction of the so-called Lecce siphon, running water arrived in Lecce in 1927. In the 1930s, the waterworks infrastructure was completed. Water now not only reaching the squares and fountains, but also the newly built houses and buildings, which for the first time included bathrooms. In 1939, Acquedotto Pugliese began to provide sewerage and purification services. In the 1970s, in order to meet the needs of an increased population in the region, the first purifiers for the treatment of water from artificial storage tanks were installed. the waterworks now consisted of a number of integrated drinking water networks, bringing water both from the source and from the storage tanks. This period also saw the opening of the Petrosillo and Fortore waterworks. By the 1990s, Acquedotto Pugliese had reached a size which could never have been imagined at its conception. Its ever-increasing operating capacity, made possible by the wealth of experience and know-how acquired during the course of the century. On the 11th of May 1999, Legislative Decree 141 made Acquedotto Pugliese a limited company. In 2002, the share capital, initially attributed to the Ministry of the Treasury, passed to the local government of Puglia and Basilicata, thus further strengthening the ties between the Acquedotto Pugliese and the people of the region. Water has contributed so much to the development of the region and will continue to do so in the future. Acquedotto Pugliese is today a company which represents health and the potential for growth. It has had an important part to play in the past as a protagonist for change and for progress, and will continue to meet the challenges of a changing world. However, the rain does not always fall. This most precious of resources, so fundamental for the life of all living things, must be treasured, and its importance should be valued by all of us. Along with the substantial commitment made by Acquedotto Pugliese, each and every citizen should be aware of the importance of this most precious of resources. Each of us has a responsibility to use water wisely and never to waste it. We must protect and value our environment and fully appreciate the great value of water in our lives. Recognizing this value and using this natural resource responsibly costs us little, but will bring much to all of us.